Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our RimWorld Rome Let's Play. So, we've got quite a few new additions to the colony since the end of last episode. So I'll run you guys through those real quick and then show you what's been going down at the fort here, and then we'll get into the actual gameplay. So, for starters, we had a wanderer just join us. She just came in off the edge of the map and immediately joined. That is Hilda here. She is still very young at 14, but she does have some proficiency as a fighter as well as a builder or a miner. She's a greedy psychopath, which is unfortunate, but she's also steadfast. So hopefully the mood loss from her bedroom not being the best is offset by the fact that she has a really, really low likelihood of actually breaking. Excuse me. So, we're going to keep her around. I mean, the fact that she's a decent fighter and potentially a decent builder and miner makes sense. And then Polar Bear finally joined. So he's actually sleeping out here. We need more beds, like, desperately. It wasn't a problem when they were all prisoners, but now that this is still a prison and all their beds are in there, we're kind of in trouble. But he's joined us. If you don't recall, he is a decent fighter as well, though he only really has any passion for melee combat, so that will very quickly surpass his shooting skill, which it already has a little bit, but obviously that's going to continue growing, this will not. And then just like Hilda, he also likes to build and mine, so he's going to fill a very similar role. The difference is that he is not greedy or a psychopath. He is an undergrounder, so we can actually have him, you know, go mine a mountain or something and not worry about him being upset because he has to work in the dark or whatever. He's a jogger, so he's going to move around the map a little bit faster for us, but he also has a chemical fascination, which means we're going to have to keep an eye on him around recreational drugs. Okay. But yes, there's Mr. Polar Bear. I've already got most of our new additions, their clothing. So they're all wearing the proper tunics and stuff. Some of them have armor, some of them have armor and helmets, but they all have their weapons. So, like, Kaibo has his sword and shield. Bilarar has his sword and shield. He needs a new name, by the way. Polar Bear does as well, but sword and shield. Artemis has been with us for a while, but she's got her bow and her sword. Gogwa has his sword and shield, and Hilda has a dagger, so we haven't really equipped her yet. I'm not sure if I want her to be another archer or a frontline fighter, but she's got potential to do both, whereas somebody like Polar Bear can only do really one effectively. So we have the option. Still waiting. Actually, no, I have armor for Polar Bear, so I can have him throw that on. Hilda, it's going to depend. If she's an archer, I probably won't give her something like this. Like this whole getup. She just stole one of the Thracian helms that was in the stockpile, and I figured, what the hell, I'll let her keep it. And then you may notice that I've fixed the Montefortino helmets that our guys are wearing. So, whereas last time around, Aetius and Constantine, their helmets came up like to the top of their forehead, or at least they started at the top of their forehead. I've obviously lowered it considerably, so it actually covers their heads now, and it doesn't hide a lot of their face. And there's a new variant without the plume on top. So, the officer characters, at least like the mid-ranking officers, are going to have those. The high-ranking officers, like our General Stilicho here, will have the Attic helmets that he is wearing. I might recolor it, just so I'll do one or the other, but I want the red plume to be consistent. So I'm either going to make this one lighter or make that one darker, but I'm going to do something like that. And then obviously the grunts just have the helmet with no plume. And then the archers, I haven't decided how I'm going to equip them yet. So far I've been giving the ladies the sun hats or the headbands. But I might pick a different helmet specifically for the archers, we'll see. Just to make them easier to distinguish on the map. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my throat. I just got like very congested all of a sudden. Anyway, so we had that Wanderer join, and then a new recruit. We also have our friend Epicus here that's just kind of wandering around. He's a wild man. He's been eating our food though. So the reason why we haven't tried to tame him yet is because he hates dumb labor, on top of a few other things. So he won't doctor people, he won't interact with them, and he won't haul or clean, which is a little bit annoying. I can put him to work as a miner or a farmer though, and as an artist, or maybe a craftsman. So he does have utility, he just will not fight. And I was also concerned about his age. But I think given that he is obviously a Roman, based on that name, I'm going to go ahead and tame him. He must have gone native or something while lost out in the woods. But anyways, we're going to tame him and bring him back to proper Roman civilization and put him to work. He'll be like our old sage, sort of like Tanya is. All right. So regarding the base, this northern part here is virtually done. We just need to do that little thing out there. You can see I've gone ahead and I've save edited out the geyser, so that's no longer an issue. Excuse me. Over here, we are building a ballista. This is the first of 2 available to us. Again, we got the one through mechanical weapons here, and we are now researching the one in Ballista, which is, I don't know what the difference is, other than this one appears to require us to actually craft the ammunition, whereas this one does not, but this one offers different ammunition types. So we'll have to see which one is superior. But I'm building one of those here now, so we'll hopefully get to test this. I'm very curious to see what the range looks like. Oh, I can actually see it now, of course. It's pretty good, but not as good as I would hope. Anyways, we're going to have one there, possibly one here, and one here, and then one there for sure. And then we'll do these as well, but again, it's going to depend which one is the better ballista. Or if we decide that the scorpion, or I'm going to call this a scorpion, even though it's technically a crossbow. I feel like they're all basically crossbows. And it's awfully big for a crossbow. It looks a lot like a scorpion. So I'll probably use that interchangeably or something. But anyways, depending on like range and fire rate and damage, we might decide that if this one shoots twice as often and does, you know, more than half the damage, then it might make more sense to just have this for the rapid fire versus one slow shot that does a little bit more damage but is still less in terms of DPS. So we'll have to kind of figure that out. We've started working on it down here, so I've completely just torn down all the palisade on this side, and we're throwing in the walls now. It's going a bit slow, so I probably should have done it in segments, but I was just getting impatient, so I just did it. Haven't touched this side yet, but we'll get there. And I'm having them clear out some more growing area too. So we're going to start growing hay grass down here. And then I'm going to have them terraform all of what you see there into some sort of solid ground that we can actually build on. That'll give us a lot more space to work with here, because we desperately need more beds. So with all that out of the way, let's get started. Everybody's asleep right now, but we will see what needs to be done. Our little, yeah, see him steal that pemmican? And then he even uses our little picnic tables to eat it. It's funny because he can't actually get in here. Well, he can, but he would take damage if he tried. So he's kind of stuck in here right now, and when he walks outside, he's stuck out there, but because people come and go so frequently, he keeps finding his way in. Anyway, our little, I don't know what to call it, like a tavern, I guess. It's almost finished, so we'll start moving the cooking facilities into here pretty soon, I think. And I'm trying to decide where it's going to go, but we need like a public bathhouse. And the bathhouse, well, it's really going to be more of a latrine house. But I've gone into the settings of the hygiene mod and set it so that they do not mind if people see them use the restroom. So we're going to set it up like a proper Roman latrine where they're just going to be a bunch of, well, it was basically a really long trough with wood over it that had holes cut in it. And they were effectively like little outhouse porta potty type things, but not individualized. They were all just, you know, open in a room. together. So we're going to run something similar, but we're going to be using the probably just the basic latrine for that purpose. We'll do maybe a men's side and a women's side, but other than that, we're not going to really divide it up. Why is Felix starving? There's plenty of food around, and I'm pretty sure I've told them that they can eat pemmican. For a while, they were getting hungry because they were only eating these, and we were having a hard time keeping up on those. Maybe I did set it back. I don't know, but as long as those are available, it should be fine. Oh, and then he had a mental break because of it. Anyway, so that's the plan. And regarding the waste that's going to come from the latrines, a lot of people suggested that I burn it, which I technically already am. That's what the burn pits are for. But the burn pits require a bill, and they work sort of like fuel, so we can't just burn it indefinitely. We have to keep refueling this whenever it needs fuel, which technically we can do at any time, but it's just kind of annoying to do that. So a few people suggested, based on that I download some way to actually just start a fire in the game, rather than having like a thing that we have to throw stuff on. So I've done that. And the way it works, let's find somebody that's not occupied at the moment, or at least not doing something super important. ATS, when you're done with that, we're going to grab you. Oh, cool. He actually calmed him down. So if I grab ATS here and I take him to some wood, I can tell him to equip the wood. Actually, he's got some wood on him. That's perfect. Right? You have wood in your inventory? Yeah. So if I tell him to switch to that, I can actually get him to throw wood. I have to draft him. But I can get him to throw wood right there, and wherever the wood lands, it will start a fire. So what we can do is just have somebody toss some wood into a clearing. We'll have to clear an area and pack the dirt so that we don't risk, starting a giant forest fire. But we can just throw it in an area and burn it all at once. So that's probably what we're going to do. To that end, I guess let's ask them to clear. We'll just cut down a little section around here. We'll pack that dirt, and then we'll just use that area to burn our waste. ATS, feel free to get back to what you were doing. Constantine's about to build our Ballista. I'm going to have him jump on it and take a shot at something. Well, I don't know what it would be, though. Those are my horses out there. I shouldn't shoot them. Okay, so there it is. Go ahead and man it. I would like for you to fire at, let's say, I can't target an area. Oh, I can upgrade it. Interesting. Let's fire at that, since that's one of the few things that will allow me to target. Can you not, like, rotate it? Oh, no, he's shooting. It just doesn't actually move. That's kind of disappointing. It's kind of rapid fire, too. Okay, well, at least we know how it works now. Yeah, I'm not super happy with that. We're going to see what the other one works like. I was hoping that this would rotate around like these do. It's kind of weird that it doesn't. So we'll leave that there. I'm not going to abandon it. But we're going to wait until this research is finished and build one of the others. Go ahead and craft some ammunition for it. Uh-oh, got a mad elk. Oh good, you guys are already on it, apparently. Come on, Artemis, you got it. What are you up to? Why don't you use your bow here? You might want to get your old sword out. And Tanya, you can help. Come on, don't let Artemis get too beat up. Oh god, you just shot her. Okay. Lost a finger. Not a big deal. Why don't you... I should probably mark this for hunting. Go ahead and finish it off. And then we'll get your finger treated. That is something that we can heal without any trouble. Wait, you gotta haul it. Oh, I guess there's no room. It's unfortunate. Smoke pit. I wish we had somewhere else we could put that. I suppose we do now. You know what? It's fine. We'll make sure it gets inside, but we've got a couple days, so it's really not a huge priority. It just does need to get done eventually. Did she get treated? No. Let's see, what is it gonna take to fix that finger? Ooh, right, we need proper medicine for that, which we cannot technically come by at the moment. Well, no, we can, we just can't actually make it ourselves. Are you gonna go treat her? Okay, when you're done with that, please tend to Artemis. Alright, we finally got some armor for Mr. Polar Bear. We'll see how this looks on him. Very tiny. I might have to get him one of the bigger armors, which is the triple disc. What bench is that on even? Not this one, clearly. So it would be this one more than likely. There it is, yeah. Yeah, I think that would look more appropriate, because that is just like so small on his torso. So let's go ahead and craft one of these, and we'll see if it looks any better. We will make that out of bronze, which it looks like we were actually out of. So we might not have that done right away. That's okay. We'll just do it now so we don't forget later. But we apparently are out of bronze. There is more here, though. In fact, there's... Come on. There's bronze all through there, and this appears to be bronze here. Right? Yeah. So we'll ask that they mine that out as well. And hopefully that's a decent-sized vein and not just the exterior edges there. This is all copper, so we can't use that. It's copper as well. I mean, technically we could, it just wouldn't be as effective. And if we want bronze, we need to combine the copper with the steel. No, the iron, sorry. A couple of our horses got sick. That's unfortunate. And, right, I forgot that the horses had babies. So there are horse babies around. It looks like this one got the plague, though. We're gonna have to use medicine on them. It's not ideal, but we gotta do it. So, which ones was it? These two, it looks like? Sorry about that. There was a helicopter flying very low over my house. So, Foal 1, Mare 2. That's you guys. Therefore, Tanya, I'm going to need you to go tend to these guys. Yeah, we want to make sure we're using herbal medicine. And then the other one was out here somewhere. Ah, yeah. Quarter Horse 1. Okay, so when you're done with those two, I need you to tend to that one. Good thing it was only 3 of them. It could have been a lot worse. Like, so much worse. We should see if we can make another dog bed. We have enough to do it in black. But I guess let's go to furniture. Actually, does Old Style have any animal beds? I don't see one. You'd think they would, though. They've got everything else covered. But no, apparently not. They've got animal bowls even, but yeah, no animal beds. Right, well, we can just do the regular furniture one then. So I should have enough to do it with any of these materials. Probably not going to do dog leather. That's kind of wrong, given who's going to be sleeping in it. We've got blue fur, bear skin. I guess I don't mind the black. I just figured some color would be nice. What is this, heavy fur? How much of that do I have? Is that this? Yeah, I've got 120. I should use up something I have less of, like the light leather. Or, conveniently, the dog leather is like the exact right amount. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to use the Panthera fur. I've got a lot of it. Let's see. I'm going to put that in Constantine and Loka's room because that is, or Loka is the main animal tamer. Missy's not bonded to anybody yet, but if she does end up bonded, my guess is it'll probably be her. So I think it makes sense to have it in their room, and Sheriff can sleep with Stilico. So we got another recruit. Apicus just joined us. So where is the old man? There he is. He's going to throw on that tunic. That's totally fine by me. I might color it just so that he is a little bit more distinct. What is he going to do? He's going to go build some walls. Right, let's take a look at your skills here and see where you would be most useful. So construction is definitely something I'm fine with. Growing is also something that should be a priority for you. Quarrying I'm going to put down at 4, but mining we'll put it 2. Plant cutting we'll put it 2. And then art for now is going to be a 4, but that will probably change. Oh, apparently he doesn't mind cleaning. Just hauling. Interesting. Generally cleaning falls under dumb labor, so I don't know when that changed, but if he's going to, or if he's willing to clean, I'm cool with that. So construction and cleaning is going to be his lowest priorities. Then, well, let's start from the top. So he's either going to be mining or dealing with plants. Those are his primary things. We don't do a lot of that though. I'll queue up a mining project, it'll get done, and we just kind of don't mine for a while after that. And then when we need more metal, we mine again. So he's not going to be doing a ton of it, but when it's needed, he'll get it done. And then same with growing. Obviously, we harvest the plants that are ready to be harvested, replant them, and then that's done for a while. So that doesn't require a lot of time either. So for the most part, I think he's going to be building and cleaning, but he has higher priorities that are situational. And then if that is, well, there's always going to be cleaning and building to do, so that's not really relevant. But again, down the line, we'll turn him into an artist. But that's not important right now. I'll have to decide what color to make his tunic. Looks like we're finally getting some of these walls done. That's nice. And then this is pretty much finished here too. I would really like for them to get the wood out of the way, because I don't want to just start a giant fire here and burn all of it. Could you help me out, Constantine? I need these hauled. And I asked somebody else to do it, but they didn't do it. I actually did exactly this on all 4 of them. And they just, oh god, he's sick. At least you made it to the water before you threw up. The fish will love that. But yeah, I need him to grab those. He's puking again. God. What was the point of the horse? Oh, you idiot. Whatever. I just need it over here. Oh, no, they're going to move it there. Shoot. Let's expand this zone out in, like, every direction. Something like that. And then I'm going to delete this one. And I have to ask him to, what are you doing, man? There. Perfect. Looks like ATS is going to get on that. And that's probably enough where I'm going to ask him to, because you still have the wood equipped, right? I'm going to draft you. We're going to try this. You got to get closer. And I need you to lob the wood there. Oh god, the Mega Sloth is going to get caught in the blast, or the blaze. Okay, so there's the fire. No, don't put it out. We need it to spread. Oh god, everybody's gonna come put it out. So this can't be a home zone, apparently. Right. So, yeah. None of that gets put out. Loka, don't do it. It should start spreading. There we go. I'm going to keep him on standby, though, because I don't want it spreading to other places. Like the wood, for example. What are you up to? No, man, don't do it. You can come, I don't know, just don't put out the fire. Okay, we got that one. Go over here. That's weird that he did, maybe he was already doing it from a distance away before I changed the home zone, because they shouldn't come put out a fire unless it's part of the home zone. But yeah, I'm going to keep him nearby just to stomp out the fires that are not, or that are spreading to other things. Like, we don't want the wood to burn necessarily. No, man, don't do it. Get over there. Put that one out. Alright, this is becoming a bit too much. What just happened? Okay, good. I was a little bit worried we cracked this open, because I don't know what's in there. I'd rather not find out by surprise. Like, I want to be ready for it when we go in that. But it looks like there was plenty of bronze here, so that's nice. And this is all steel, too. So we are doing quite well on the metal front, actually. Oh, and that's all iron. That whole thing is iron. What are you up to? Oh, you're training. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I don't know how viable this is as a strategy, because this could get out of hand real quick. Something's happening. Oh no, I paused. Whoops. Yeah, come put that wood out, please. Go put that one out again. I'm gonna have to micro this like crazy. Again, ideally, we'll have this clear when we do this in the future so that there's nothing for it to spread to beyond the fecal sludge itself. But obviously that was not the case right now, and that's why we have a giant blaze catching all this lumber on fire. But next time we will make sure that's not possible. I'm going to let some of this burn. I don't care that much. But I'm going to try to keep most of this wood safe. Get that one. Good job. Run over here and get these little ones. And you need to come back down here. It's like playing whack-a-mole in RimWorld, kind of. Go over there. You get up here. God, those are already on fire again. Well, we're running out of fecal sludge to burn, so pretty soon the fire is just going to burn itself out because it won't have anything to actually, you know, continue to burn. Okay, get that one. Uh-oh, it's spreading to the forest. Don't let it do that. You need to get over here. Yeah, we didn't save all the wood, but we saved a lot of it. Actually, all this is going to go. I think we should just start putting it out. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Because I don't think... Yeah, there's no fecal sludge burning. It's all wood at this point. So yeah, let's go put it out. And that's that. We got rid of a lot of it. So what we'll want to do, I think, is this can probably... Well, actually, I don't think this could be burned. It never seemed to get damaged. So I'm going to shrink this zone around it a little bit. We'll do something... like that, just so it's a smaller area that's a little bit more controlled. And then we'll get the wood out of the way. We'll pack the dirt around here, and we'll just have like a very safe place to do that, so I don't have to sit there and put fires out all day long. But you guys did a good job. Cool. So now we just need to make sure it all ends up there, and make sure all the wood doesn't end up there. Another muffalo self-tamed. Been having a lot of that. How many muffalos do I have now? 2. They're both female, though, so we need a male if we're going to breed them. And I don't know what we're going to pretend that these are. Oh, we finally have a predator on the map again. It's been a long time since we had predators on the map. Let's actually look at that. Is it just the... No, there's a cougar. Cougar and a timber wolf. Okay. I'll leave them alone for now, but if they try anything, we'll kill them. And, ooh, that whole thing is bronze. People still getting sick. I'm trying to shift our whole cooking operation over to here. We do need this cleaned very badly, though. Can I ask you to do it? Like, if they're going to cook in here, we need to scrub this place down. Because it is filthy. But this is an interior space. At least it should be. Yeah, indoors. So, hopefully it's less likely to get people sick than what we've been cooking. So far, the pemmican's not making people ill. It's the nutrient paste meals coming from this. And I think that's because it's outside. It also doesn't help that the packed dirt has like a +1 filth rating or something. So, it's probably just making it, you know, even worse. But, yeah, I'm trying to get it moved. I don't know why we're not moving it. I guess I can ask Polar Bear to do it. He seems to be happy to do whatever I ask. Billerar's on an insulting spree, and Epicus already joined us. Nice little added benefit to that is it produces light. Okay. I'm a little worried that this is too small a space for a kitchen though. Cause like we're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna like furnish this. Let's see. We'll use the old style stuff. Probably gonna need like 2x1 tables because I don't see how we're gonna fit anything else. And so what I could do is something like that. And then if we take I like these dining chairs. We can do something like this. That's gonna maximize our space in terms of seating. Of course, we could actually push them away from the walls and get 2 more tables in, because even though this table is only 2 tiles, they can overlap their meals, so you only need chair space effectively. As long as there's a table in front of the chair, it doesn't matter how much space is available on the table. So they'll literally be eating meals underneath other people's meals, which means we could fit 2 more chairs on this, on both, if we push them closer to the middle. But I also need to be able to cook in here, which we can do there, but ideally also we want to be able to produce like pemmican and butcher. Now it's gonna be hard to fit all those different things in here. So like, I mean, conveniently these are only 1x2, so they're not as bad. But we would need something like that in there, and then this would maybe go in here. The issue is, I want to use this as storage. I guess I could put one of them up against that. Technically, it's not blocking anything. And then the other thing I wanted to do is have, like these will, I forget what they do exactly, but I think they increases cook speed and lowers butchering speed. Lowers food poisoning chance by increasing room cleanliness. So we want those. This does the same. I imagine better because it's more expensive. Those are just different appearances. Then we have the corner one. So how do I want to go about that? I'm worried that's not enough storage space. Because like this is already not enough storage space, and that's more space than this. I don't know. Maybe we'll turn this into something else, and we'll build the main food production area back here, where we can come up with a little bit more storage. I'm just not sure. And then I don't want to just have this be one big building just like that. So I might divide this in half. I guess we'll see. For now though, I'm going to cancel all this. We'll leave this as the storage. And whenever we need those meals cooked, they can just come over here to do it. So at least this is inside now. Hopefully that reduces the whole food poisoning issue to some degree. So we're not constantly having people sick and in bed all day. But again, we'll see how that goes. It looks like we've made some progress on the wall over here, so that's nice. As soon as they get the outer wall finished, I'll unforbid these. I just figured it'd be easier to let them get through that way. It looks like we have another assassination request. Those seem to be quite frequent. But I have no desire to do it. We'll look at doing those later on in the playthrough, but right now we're just not in a position to do something like that. God, look at all that wood. We're going to have to find a use for it. Or, if we ever get bulk goods traders, we could just sell it. But we never get bulk goods traders. So we just broke Red's resistance. That's one more potential recruit that we should be seeing soon. Oh no, one of the horses got hit by the traps. Yeah, that's why we need to get these walls done so that they don't walk through them. What horse was that? Was that you? No. Oh, it was this one here. Wow, this horse is just not doing good. Plague is at 88. It looks like it's going to survive. I probably should have checked in sooner. I didn't realize it would progress so fast. Oh, you were not getting your medicine. Whoops. Well, it looks like it won't matter. Yeah, immunity's 98, so no matter what happens, this thing's going to survive the plague. It's just going to be miserable for a long time as that 88% ticks back down. But that's fine. It's not like we need this horse to do anything specific. So we just need to make sure that that gets tended to. Can I actually tell it to go down? I can. That's weird that I have that ability. I know I can do it on the pawns, but I can also, you know, tell the pawns to do specific jobs. The animals aren't generally intelligent enough to do that. I'm going to let her use the restroom and then rescue the quarter horse since it's down. And then hopefully she's smart enough to tend to it after she does that. Okay, cool. So that outer wall is finished. I'll leave these open for now just because there's not really a way to access this, as it were. What I'm doing, like as you see over here, is the entrances are actually into the towers, versus how I had it set up before is because there was no interior space on the wall. The entrances to the towers were actually on the sides. So here's the entrances now, which are inaccessible if this is closed off. Oh no! Another mad elk, jeez. Crap. I hope you're ready to fight, man. Go mess that guy up. Okay, good. Do me a favor and rescue her. Oh, great, and Galba's upset now. Alright, so there's our research finished, which means after steel production, we're going to need to come up with something else. So what is that going to be? I didn't do, or I never did light armor, so we can actually make like linothoraxes and stuff. Water cooling, huh? That's interesting. So we can make aqueducts, fountains. Yeah, let's do that. Typewriting is probably not something we should ever be able to do. Let's see. Carpet making. I think this furniture would be nice, because this is supposed to be like rustic kind of caveman stuff, so we'll see if any of it looks appropriate here. Might be too rustic, but we'll see. And then I wanted to do segmental armors. Maybe pole arms as well. Let's see. Fertilizer. No, I don't want to do anything like that, because I'd have to do septic tanks, which isn't really appropriate to... I mean, it's kind of appropriate. They just wouldn't have... I don't know. We'll see. Let's knock out some of this military stuff, though. Alright, so we'll let Italia rest. Hopefully she's back up on her feet soon. Her stuff is out here. I made sure to unforbid it. Are you puking or cooking? I can't tell anymore. He's cooking, okay. I'm glad. That would not be a great place for him to be vomiting. Are they ever going to finish this? Do we not have... What is this? Limestone? Do we literally have no limestone? We should. Should be top priority. That's granite. Maybe there's just not limestone chunks around anymore. Seems unlikely, but it's possible. Oh, there's our armor. Where did that end up? Oh, crap. Oh, there it is. Okay. Mr. Ridiculously Huge. When you're done building that, come try this on. It looks like our ground out here is pretty much finished. Cool. And they're making progress on this wall. So as soon as those walls are done, I think I'll have them tear down the towers and build those. And then these two sides will be finished. Well, of course, we need to finish that too. But once those two sides are finished, we can do the front end here, if we're calling that the front. Or I guess we'll just call it the west side and ignore the distinction. That looks a little bit better. It's not like a tiny little square in the middle of his chest. So, yeah, that's fine. We still need to get our first Devil Strand harvest so I can start making them cloaks. Because that's something I'd like all of our combatants to have, is like the red capes that these guys have. But so far, you know, Devil Strand has been hard to come by. We're growing it, it just takes forever. We're at 45 now. It's been, I feel like, weeks since we planted it, so it's just a long growth period for those things. So as we wrap up here today, I wanted to discuss future plans, because we're going to have to sort of commit to one of two things before we move forward. And that's something I talked about earlier in the series, maybe like 1 or 2 episodes ago, where we're going to need to expand. Like, this space here is not going to be adequate for, even right now, it's not really adequate size. Like, we're out of space. I went ahead and I had like little beds made in any room that didn't already have 2 people sleeping in it. So I think we've got a bed for everybody, maybe 1 extra, but these rooms are designed to be individual rooms. So obviously we need to build more bedrooms, but to do that we need more space than just this little bit here. So one thing I talked about doing is building multiple forts across the map. So not necessarily dedicating all of our efforts to just this one map tile here, but maybe, you know, having another fort that we build on a different map tile. And we can always do that, but we need to decide if that's going to be the next step or if we want to continue building on this one first. So if we continue building on here, what I think we're going to do is sort of like a... I'm trying to think of the best word to describe it. Like we're going to build one cell effectively at a time. So if we expand this, what we'll do is we'll effectively wall off the next little segment of this area. We'll build the moats and the walls and stuff, and then we'll break out into it and then expand that, and that'll be like one district in our little fort city that's kind of growing. And then we'll go ahead and do the next bit down here maybe, and then we can push out to that one and maybe have one here. So all in all, we could have like 6 districts maybe that occupy the greater part of this map. I do regret not making this map tile larger. Generally I make them like 300 by 300. I think I forgot to do that on this one, and it's noticeably smaller. But anyways, we can occupy like the majority of this map tile doing that. And we'll have 6 districts, with the sort of like main district being the military one, which is still going to be our fort. The rest can be more civilian oriented, and we'll try to set them up so that they have something very specific that they can do. But it's up to you guys what we want to do. Do we want to just have this fort be standalone and then go build another fort that's a little bit bigger and can accommodate more stuff, or do we want to have this fort and then expand districts around it one at a time? Because we need to kind of commit to that pretty soon. Anyways, let me know what you guys think, but I'll end it there for now. Thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.